Hey Taurus, very warm welcome. My name is Drew. This is Modern Tarot. Those of you that are new here, welcome. And those of you returning, welcome back. So Taurus, this is all about the last couple of weeks of September. What's around you, possible outcomes, your energetic field, these kind of things. And apologies, guys, I didn't get out the September readings at the start of the month. I was moving house and it just was so time consuming. I just didn't get around to doing them. So apologies. So Taurus, look, I hope you're doing well. I know a lot of you were, still unsticking yourself from a situation that was very deep and these kind of things and healing. And let's see where we are now, okay? So one more shuffle for us. Okay, so the undercurrent of this reading, it's not the main part of the reading, guys, but the undercurrent is the Hangman in reverse. This is you unsticking yourself after a period of feeling stagnant in love, life, work, Taurus, all right? It's a great card, the Hangman. The Hangman can talk about self-isolation, where we go missing in action and we're very secretive and private and don't socialize a lot, and we do it for a reason as part of healing sometimes. But, you're unsticking yourself from something, whatever it might be. Center of this reading, we've got, excuse me, guys. We've got the King of Pentacles in reverse, okay? Some of you might not feel that you're doing that well financially, but this could be someone with heavy earth in their chart, but this is someone that's non-committal. He's not committed. King of Pentacles in reverse here. It can be failing to commit. The challenge is to drop the burden, okay? The Ten of Wands in reverse here. Just wondering whether, there's a certain situation which is still lingering in your energy, Taurus, and it's normal. The more we find, special connections, the harder they are to let go. They linger in our energy for quite some time, and we can aid healing and these kind of things by cutting cords energetically, these kind of things, all right? But there might be somebody around you that was non-committal, all right? And, you just want to drop the burden, but it's hard, okay? The reason why it's all happening, two things, all right? This is having a decision to make, We've got the Two of Wands here, the Two of Rods in this particular deck, which is the Aquarian deck, all right? They're very 1970s colors. But, the reason why it's all happening is a decision between two things, Was somebody not committing to you and stuck in trying to make a decision, In the recent past, all right, this could be energetically, Taurus, you found it hard to walk away from this. Or somebody finds it hard to walk away from this situation. Your focus is the Two of Pentacles in reverse, all right? So you're getting closer to, dropping the ball on it. Yes, it was a special connection, right, for a lot of you, if we're talking about love. But your energetic field is, the Two of Pentacles talks about juggling ideas and umming and ahhing and second guessing and all these kind of things. Your focus is to just drop the ball on that because it's burdensome, But you don't see coming towards you. You're going to come out feeling lack and disappointed and dejected, Taurus, throughout the last couple of weeks of September. Five of Pentacles in reverse. All right. Those of you where, you were struggling a little bit financially, something's going to happen that you don't see coming, which is going to take you out of that feeling of lack. All right. Great. Your energetic field is Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Some of you might be feeling that, I don't have enough and I'm not as successful as I should be right now. Remember, it's only 2 weeks, guys. But just watch your thoughts around that, okay? That which we, think about, we bring about. So watch your thoughts around abundance, around money, around, investments, these kind of things, all right? But your energetic field at the moment, Taurus, if we're talking about love and connection, you're not about jumping into anything. With the Ten of Pentacles in reverse here. Ten of Pentacles would be, that once very earthly Taurian energy of, yeah, let's build together, let's do this. For the last couple of weeks of September, you're not about jumping in and moving in with people, trying to lock people down or, these kind of things. It's not a card of marriage, but it is certainly a relationship card that Ten of Pentacles can be, right? But your energetic field is, I'm not jumping into anything too serious, okay? You outside influences, Taurus. We got the Seven of Swords in reverse. It's never a nice card, the Seven of Swords, especially in reverse. All right, so outside influences. This is kind of like sneaky behavior. People that walk around the world duping people. Some kind of deceitful behavior, disingenuous behavior was an outside influence, or is going to be an outside influence. Your fears, you fear to open up again to love. Okay, we're looking at this chick in this card, and there's a is it a catfish? No, but there's a fish coming out of the cup. It's a fear of yours to open up again to love. And that can come across as certain behaviors where you're a bit standoffish, or you don't want to give in to it because you've been through something, all right? And it's normal. It's part of the healing process. And sort of like the outcome is feeling a little stuck, all right? It's almost, the Two of Swords for me is always a card of, I've been there, I could go there. I won't do anything right now. I'm waiting for some divine inspiration, or something that's really, something that's passionate. Once there's passion behind something, work, love, life, we take action. So you might not be wanting to take a lot of action on certain things throughout the last couple of weeks, all right? And you're certainly not looking to, jump into relationships, Taurus. Okay, some of you, just watch your thoughts around money and how well you're doing. Okay, some of you might feel that you don't have enough, but it looks like what you don't see coming, there's going to be something that's going to take you out of that feeling of lack. Okay, so let's clarify this now. Stick around, guys, and I'll go through this. What's the King of Pentacles in reverse as the center of the reading? Why is that here for Taurus? Taurus. Five of Swords in reverse. I think you are dropping the ball, Taurus, around the last couple of weeks, getting very clear as to somebody was non-committal. They weren't willing to commit because they had a choice, and they were stuck trying to make a decision. And, indecision is a decision, right? And you're getting very clear and coming out of internal conflict about it. So you're getting very clear about what went on. And, from that realization, you realize, Taurus, I did nothing wrong. The other person was stuck. And it is what it is, right? This too shall pass. You want to drop the whole burden. You find third-party situations and all these kind of things very burdensome, all right? Some of you want to drop your social scene, just for a select few of you. You're tired of mixing with the same old people, socializing with the same old people. You don't feel like you're growing, okay? You want to look at different options, different routes. Get out there and explore, just for a select few of you. Recent past, some of you couldn't walk away, or someone found it hard to walk away, even though somebody wasn't really putting in the work into a situation. And of course, the King of Pentacles in reverse, in the upright, he's the most committed guy in tarot. He's not the most sentimental or loving, but he's committed, He's a provider. So in the past, even though part of you knew that someone really wasn't putting in that effort, you found it hard to walk away from it. Your focus, Taurus, is some of you are dropping the ball on these very deep connections with the High Priestess in reverse here. When we look at twin flame, soulmates, and all these kind of things, a lot of you are kind of like dropping the ball on those. You don't want anything that is that intense, and this has come out before for you. Some of you might have dissed that idea and go, no, I want that depth, but some of these kind of like connections, they are all consuming, and they can do a number on you. Whereas there's another kind of depth, which is beautiful, but was this a burden? Look at this. This is brilliant. You're showing up in this reading, Taurus, all right? What you don't see coming is you're going to come out of feeling lack, okay, with the Five of Cups here in reverse, okay? Feeling disappointed and emotionally upside down. And then we've got the Empress, which is Taurian energy here, which is feeling good, looking after yourself. Those of you that might have, because of situations, let yourself go, not dressing as well as you should have done, making self-effort, you're going to find that you're going to start shining. Empress energy right there, Taurus, is great. Yeah, look, your energetic field is you don't want to build with anything from the past. Six of Cups, you're letting go of the past, Taurus. Okay? You realize you couldn't build with it because somebody was stuck. Seven of Swords, Two of Wands. Sometimes, the people that are in miserable situations, I've said it before to you, Taurus, you are the free one. When that person's stuck in a miserable situation, don't let them keep you stuck too. And so, people can use that game of indecision to keep you stuck, but it is a form of manipulation. It's not loving. Loving would be, hey, look, I'm in something right now and I'd love to move forward with you, but I can't. That's honesty, and that's like, I love you enough to set you free. But, some kind of deceit or strategy to keep you stuck, Taurus, and maybe you fell into that trap, but not anymore. You're freeing yourself. Yeah, there was an imbalance in outside influence, all right? So, tarot doesn't move forward that fast, reading to reading. For those of you that check out my readings, the small increments of change. One or two cards might turn up right and situations are changing, but the energy is quite slow moving. We're talking about human emotions and energy cords and all these kind of things, right? So outside influences, lack of balance, okay? And Seven of Swords in reverse. Seven of Swords has come out twice in this reading. And so it's like, there was an imbalance, Taurus, and it was a bit deceitful, okay? It might have been a little bit of manipulation going on, all right? Keeping you stuck because they were stuck, which is pretty shitty, isn't it? In your fears, we've got opening up again to love, starting again in love. And then we've got the Seven of Pentacles, which is, putting in the work and then waiting for harvest. Just watch your thoughts around it, Taurus, that you're not giving up on love, that you just find it a bit disappointing. You want it, but it just seems like an effort, So watch your thoughts around that, okay? Look. So the outcome is you are going to be at a crossroads and then freeing yourself. So you're going to be in two minds, Taurus, okay? Whatever that might be about, I'm just going to have a look at that. But, we've got the Two of Swords in the upright and then the Two of Swords in reverse. So this is like from being stuck mentally to freeing yourself mentally. And that's the nature of healing. 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, right? Anger, acceptance, denial, anger again, and it takes time. Healing takes time. So let's have a look. Why is that here? I just want to go to that. You came way closer than anybody else. It kind of scared me, to be honest. And it's the nature of these certain kind of connections, Taurus. I think this was quite a spiritual one. Your focus is, dropping the ball, and we're just too different to ever make it work. You're coming to realizations, Taurus, and it's taking time, right? But you don't see coming towards you. And this is quite interesting, Taurus. You're going to come out of feeling lack and disappointment, all right, into the Empress energy. I'd like to feel that way again. So you don't see it coming, that you're going to start to feel amazing again. You're going to put in so much more effort into yourself and looking good and treating yourself with respect, having solid boundaries and getting back to yourself, Might have been a long time coming, Taurus. There are too many people involved in this. That was the past, right? You couldn't walk away from something that somebody wasn't really committing and putting the work into it. There's too many people involved. 7 of Swords, 2 of Wands, right? I had an ulterior motive and hidden agenda. You know, my silence is a game. My silence is not a game. Please leave me be. Is this you, Taurus, that you've gone silent? You know, and it's not a game. You're actually serious now. Although you might still feel some kind of psychic connection to a person. I swear we can almost read each other's minds. And then look at that. You came way closer than anybody else. It kind of scared me, to be honest. So those kind of connections, they take time and energy, cord cutting, all of these kind of things. They're tools at your disposal, Taurus. You know, check them out. You know, if you're struggling with, you know, that letting go and being pulled, and you know, sometimes what can happen is, you know, we can have psychic attack, but the person's really thinking about us, and we're thinking, well, why are we thinking about them? We might be totally in the moment of doing something, like rock climbing. You know, we've got to be totally present. This person will come into our mind. It's probably because some form of psychic attack, right? It doesn't have to be sinister, but you know, some kind of infringement on your personal space, right? Or your anyway, deep subject there, guys. If it is about love, guys, throughout the last couple of weeks of September, let's have a look for Taurus. Just looking at the time there. Taurus, if it is about love, let's have some messages around love for you. For Taurus, we've got soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate in reverse. Some of you are coming to the realization that it might have been karmic. It was deep. Some of you found it all-encompassing, all-consuming. And you're kind of like, well, is that love? You know, is that healthy? Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. In reverse, back to, you know, what your thoughts of abundance and do I have enough? Of course, Taurus, you know. And then this situation involves marriage. Somebody might have been already married and they couldn't make a choice. Taurus. And so, look, it might be repetitive and like an old reading coming forward again because it's still in your energy, but you're clearing yourself. You are gonna have moments, Taurus, when you're in and out of, you know, your cognition might be a little bit in a bit of dissonance there, you know. But what you don't see coming is brilliant, all right? This is you getting over disappointment, looking after yourself, looking good, feeling good, walking around with dignity, Taurus, very Taurian energy there, your card. And you want to feel that way again, but maybe in a different form, you know? Let's have a look. What might be quite key for you the last couple of weeks, all right, of September, something for you to pay attention to, consider, maybe Taurus, you know, that's going to aid your healing, lead you towards living your best life throughout the month of September. What's going to be quite important? Forgiveness wanted to show itself there. Green, all right. Dreams, messages, signs, symbols, and guidance. Okay, pay attention to your dreams, Taurus. Okay, signs and symbols are all around us. Divine consciousness, interconnection, expansion, oneness, and light. Color purple might be quite significant for you. Surround yourselves with it, even if it's just an A4 piece of paper, stick it on the wall. But, you know, this is, I think, really Taurian people have gone through, again, look, purple. Creativity is another one. Imagination, expression, originality, and passion, Taurus. Some of you might be getting back into creative pursuit after being consumed by, you know, this problematic situation. Inspiration, ideas, spark, conception, and impulse. You know, some of you might just get that divine inspiration, which is going to make you feeling very creative in love, life, work. And it's going to move you forward into Empress energy, right? Which is great, Taurus. If you were a song throughout the last couple of weeks, let's have a look. The band might mean something, the lyrics might mean something, the melody might evoke certain feelings, Taurus. Something for you to be brought to your awareness that maybe still needs healing, right? Let's have a look for you. A song. Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. Came out for another sign, actually. Players only love you when they're playing is a line from that song. Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. Listen to it once. If it's not your genre, that's fine. All right, you can dump it. But there might be a message in there for you. One of these, Taurus, positive message, all right, like a mantra for Taurus to take into the last couple of weeks of September. Peace, tranquility surrounds your life right now. A peaceful road awaits, Taurus. Things are looking good, all right? Empress energy incoming. You don't see it coming, all right? You're not about jumping into relationships. You don't want to repeat the past. You might have a little bit of umming and ahhing, but you've come to many realizations. It's made you stronger, and you know you haven't lost your depth. You're still looking for depth, Taurus, but something less all-consuming and something that's taking away from your abundance outside of this. You're going to start being creative. You're going to find inspiration and divine consciousness. So that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. My name's Drew. This is Modern Tarot. If you like the content, please like, share, or subscribe. It means I can continue to do this for free for you. If you want a personal reading, you can reach out at moderntarot.net directly or browse the YouTube Modern Tarot store, and I'll do my best to give you some clarity on your personal situations. In the meantime, Taurus, Empress energy all the way for you. Self-pampering, look after yourself. Even though, so if you don't feel that you got a pot to piss in, look the part, Taurus, because there's great things coming, and you're going to free yourself to explore new avenues and new possibilities, new people, places, and things, right? Take it easy, Taurus. I'll see you back here for another reading. Bye now.